Thank you to Curryleaf for giving me this chance to speak at the inauguration. First of all, I want to begin by congratulating Curryleaf on completing 1 year. Um, and I have had the privilege of talking to several Curryleaf members over the past year regarding various different things, and it has been extremely heartening to see the passion and excitement and enthusiasm with which they approach anything they do. And it since everyone has already spoken about how it uh, how it began and how it started and the connections to MTTS and so on. So let me just take this opportunity briefly to speak as a member of the MTTS family and as a former student participant of the MTTS camps. So let me start by just talking about the first series of videos that Curryleaf put up on their channel. And as was already mentioned, it was a series of interviews with Professor Kumares. Now, anyone who is a student of Professor Kumaresan will know that he is an extremely sort of warm and friendly person. And especially if you attend the MTTS camps, there are a lot of nice conversations you can have with him along with other MTTS faculty at the lunch table, during the coffee breaks, in the evening, or at dinner. And there are some very nice informal talks, and that used to be the best part. That used to be an extremely fantastic part because you got to learn a lot, not just about mathematics, but about life in general. And what I really liked about those interviews was that every time we used to have a conversation with Professor Kumaresan, there were always a few questions that we were a little hesitant to ask. You know, as students, you have this curiosity. We want to know a little more. We want to know a little more. So I was extremely happy to see those interviews because the way they conducted it, the way they organized it, and the way they managed to sort of convey all the questions. They asked a lot of questions that I'm sure, along with me, all uh, all of us who have sort of interacted with Professor Kumaresan over the years were keen on asking. And I was very happy with that start. That was the best possible start that Curryleaf could have had. As the name, as it has been explained, the name itself comes from the famous Kadipata trick of Professor Kumaresan, one of the most important tricks in analysis. And as Professor Kumaresan explained it, this is something that you don't eat usually, but it is something that adds a lot of flavor to whatever you are eating. And Curryleaf in the past year has truly added a lot of flavor to the mathematics community in general, specifically to the MTTS family. The kind of work that they have done over the past year, the interviews, the series on books. Now, a lot of the books written by Professor Kumaresan and other MTTS faculty are extremely popular. And they're written in a very friendly manner with the Indian student in mind. But it's also nice once in a while to get an idea of what goes on behind the scene. What was the motivation? Because when we are reading a book, when we just look at a book, no matter how much we like it, we don't get an idea of the kind of effort, the blood, sweat, and tears that have gone into sort of writing that book. So it was very nice. It was very nice to see Curryleaf members taking this opportunity to sort of get that aspect out and present it to everyone. I would also, you know, as Professor Ajit has already mentioned, what happens at MTTS is that we don't just look at the mathematical development of a student. We like to sort of see the students sort of develop in a more holistic way. That is why, I mean, even these small changes like having group discussions, having seminars and things like that, even these small changes have that intent in mind. How to get the students to improve their communication skills, how to get them used to discussing, how to get them used to talking to others, how to get them to break down their shyness and their barriers and open up a little. And in the past year, of course, since 2020, these COVID times have been extremely difficult. So when the whole process of these online camps began, there were a lot of things that were a little experiment. We were trying to sort of see how much of the offline camps can be how much of what we give in the offline camps can be given in the online world. And it was it has been extremely successful. In fact, it has added a new dimension to MTTS. But what I really appreciate Curryleaf for is they took up one aspect of the MTTS program, which was the student seminars. Now, it was not possible during the online camps to have student seminars, but Curryleaf took up this challenge and they actually organized some seminars by students who had attended MTTS, recently attended MDDS 2021, and they put up those videos, beautifully edited videos on YouTube. So it has also been mentioned, like Ajit sir and Bhava sir have also mentioned that MTTS is a team, it's a family, and everything that happens, it's teamwork. Now, over the past year, I've had the honor and the privilege to be a part of that team, and I've managed to get a glimpse of what goes on behind the scenes, the discussions that happen about how to change things, when the feedback from the students come, the kind of discussions that happen about, okay, this is what the students are saying, so what can we do, what changes can we possibly make, how do we go ahead with this. There is a lot of passion, there is a lot of energy that is sort of put into this. And it has been a wonderful learning experience for me over the past year and a half of, being a part of this team at MTTS. Now, as I also said that I've had the privilege of having discussions with members of Curryleaf over the past year, various different things for seminars and various things I've had a chance to discuss with them. What is really heartening to see is that even at this young age, that similar passion, that similar drive, and that similar energy that is there in those MTTS team meetings, see the same drive in the Curryleaf meetings. So that is another way I am happy. That is another thing that makes me happy, because that tells me that the legacy of MTTS is truly being sort of carried on by Curryleaf. It's not just about organizing seminars and organizing lectures and organizing conferences. It's the attitude with which it is done. It is the general cooperation and the general respect that the team has for each other and each other's opinions, and the way they proceed forward in a very systematic and organized way to sort of make everything come to life is just fascinating to watch. And it also reflects what these team members have learned at MTTS. And I'm very happy to see that apart from mathematics, they have taken all the lessons they've learned at MTTS and they're applying it to this wonderful organization, this wonderful team, Curryleaf. So, and on a personal note, I mean, another thing is that as a student of MTTS, especially those who have attended the offline camps, they will know that there are a lot of fantastic discussions that happen in the hostels. Just among students, when you're sitting and talking, when you're in the table tennis room playing, there's a lot of discussions that happen. Somebody from level 2 will suddenly start talking to somebody from level O and ask, oh, what did you do in class today? Oh, did you try this exam? There's a lot of back and forth. And there is this general, nice attitude and this general atmosphere, which I still remember to this day. And what was really nice for me is that every conversation I had with the Curryleaf team took me back to that time. It was just like I was at another MTTS camp. It was just like, we're just sitting in the hostel and having a nice discussion about, oh, this is what we want to do. How do we do it? How do we go ahead? So I want to take this chance again to congratulate Curryleaf on completing 1 year. I think they've been doing a fantastic job. I wish them all the success. I hope to see them grow from strength to strength. And I urge everyone who is watching, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the Curryleaf channel. Please subscribe to the MTTS channel. And most importantly, please also subscribe to Professor Kumaresan's YouTube channel. There are some wonderful lectures. As it was mentioned, there are more than 200 lectures. Some wonderful mathematics that you learn from that. And this Curryleaf is also an extremely nice way for MTTS alumni to stay engaged and in contact with each other. That is another thing. MTTS is not just about the 4 weeks that you spend at the camp. It's what happens between camps. It's what happens after. And Curryleaf is now a very nice way in which you can stay connected with MTTS, stay connected with each other, stay connected with mathematics, whatever you're doing in life. This is a good way to stay connected. And I'm sure Curryleaf is going to give us a lot of incentives in terms of videos, more interviews, more lectures, and more events like this. So congratulations once again to the Curryleaf team and all my best wishes. Thank you.